Hello. In preparing this 16th episode of the series The Making of a Music Video, I've done a bit of research. That is because I want to try to talk about the potential earning power of using online internet music, or making it. It wasn't always like this. There's been a revolution in the music industry in the last 10 or 20 years. More than 20 years ago, you couldn't do and earn what you can today. If you go back to the first European pop star, was John Dowland in the 15th century. He was always begging for money. If you look at people like Mozart, they never really earned enough to live properly, or at least only occasionally. And even in the days of Rachmaninoff sometimes had to resort to giving music lessons in order to earn enough for himself and his family. But today, whereas for the most of musicians, they can't earn a living from their music alone, they have to have another job, a day job. But the difference is that for some, the internet has provided enormous wealth, never seen before. I mean, when I was a young man, Sir Malcolm Sargent was all the rage as a conductor. But in his old age, he was very impecuniously and hardly able to support himself, even though he got a little flat near the Albert Hall. He had to be supported financially by his friends. But today, we see that people like Ed Sheeran and Adele with massive wealth. I've got some figures here. The top 10 richest musicians. Well, the top person is Paul McCartney. $1,280 million net wealth. Coldplay, number 10, and they the a mere $475 million net worth. Celine Dion, $430 million. Going down to Streisand, how about that? Johnny Mathis, $400 million. These are levels of wealth and earnings that were never possible really before. So the question is, how do you do it? Well, the internet is the way forward. I'm sure this is the new music. But I would say 90-odd% of musicians don't earn enough from their performances in live performances, usually in hotels and restaurants and maybe in small halls. In the small halls they might charge an entrance fee, £5 or £10 or euros. In the hotels and the restaurants, it's the hotel or the restaurant which pays you, and they won't pay you very much. And if you say, look, I want more, I've spent 10 years learning how to play at this standard, at this level of performance, they'll say, well, look, if you don't want that money, then I will go and find somebody else. And some audacious hotels and restaurants will say, well, why should we pay you at all? You're getting the exposure. These philosophies are wrong. Now, you don't need to worry about finding a label, getting signed. You can do it all yourself if you're prepared to put in the effort to learn how to create simple videos of your performance. Even if it's in your own kitchen, you can still make a fortune. And look at the kind of fortune I'm talking about. £1,000 million Adele, I'm told, is earning. And very young people, you know, in their 15s to 20s. Are massively wealthy. I remember Charlotte Church was worth £6 million by the time she was 16. And that was because of the success or the incipient success of the internet. The internet is the way forward for musicians who want to earn from their performances. Well, the first thing you've got to do is to have a good song. You've got to have a good performance. It's no good putting out a bad piece of music and expecting to earn money from it. So get your quality right. The next thing, I think, is to find a niche market. Don't try and be a small fish in a big pond. Don't try and do everything. Choose a genre that you can do. And if you want some ideas about that, look at the videos put out by Leah McHenry, who seriously advocates finding your niche and using it. Don't spread your effort over a wide range of genres. Keep it very narrow, and then you will build the quality and the following that will pay to watch your music. So those two tips are a start. The next thing is, don't expect one single stream of earnings. Find multiple streams of earnings. Merchandising, physical records, digital records. You don't have to be confined to one particular item, and that is a way to increase, so that if one fails, the others will support you. And believe me, Leah McHenry apparently earns at least $30,000 a month from doing exactly that. I would say that, I'm not going to be able, in this short space of time, to tell you the details of how to do all this, but if you get on the internet and you get onto YouTube, you'll find there are plenty of videos from experts who will teach you how to build a fan base, how to convert that fan base into sales, and so on. And I think it's best that you go to those experts rather than simply listen to me. All I'm going to do is point you in that direction. But don't just rely on live gigs. Live gigs may give you enough to live on, but they won't make you wealthy. And really, as a musician, if you're a good musician, you almost have a duty to share your talent with as many people as you can and give as much pleasure as you can. Now, today's world, internet world, there must be more mobile phones out there of better and better quality than there are people on the earth. I understand that there are more than 6 billion cell phones sold, so there are only 6 billion people on the planet. The potential for getting your music into those phones has never been greater. So that's the way to go. Well, thanks for listening, and best of luck with that endeavour. But do consider all I'm saying. Thanks very much.